shaft and lifters out of the 390 that I took out the other day with Craig's help, or took apart with Craig's help. And now I'm working on, I need to make some progress, so I'm working on interior parts. This is the plywood backing for the sail panel. This is the passenger side, where this side right here is going against the rear wheel well. And just to show you that this helped, you know, I'm imperfect like everyone else, you know, so I cut it too short the first time. As you can see that line right there through the fiberglass. I cut it and I says, whoops, that doesn't fit. I says, well, I'm running out of this plywood, so I cut another piece to fit onto it, and I joined it with some fiberglass. So I says, well, that's fine, I'll make it stronger. But the thing I'm running into now is, because it takes these pins right here, it fit before because it's 1/8 inch thick, but now with the added thickness of the fiberglass, these things don't fit, so I'm having to cut out to decrease the thickness in those 2 points where I'm going to use these pins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these pins on and put some red vinyl over it, so it'll look good after it's all said and done. And these fiberglass, I'm going to add another sheet of fiberglass from here over for the rest of this to make it uniform. And the good news is the second one of these sail panels on the driver's side is done in one piece. I've got that made already. I'm waiting for the fiberglass to dry on it. And just to give an idea of what the size this thing is, we're looking like 10 inches in the middle from the front to the wheel well, and like 17 inches tall. So hopefully I can get these pins to fit and move on. Alright, bye. Here's continued work on the lower sail panel. I've got the 2 pins in the back right there, and this green stuff right here is I use this Bondo hair. It's long strand reinforced fiberglass filler, waterproof. I thought there was just one type, but there's a short strand and a long strand. If you go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, you probably get it on the internet too, but that's where I got it. Here's the back of that seat that I did. It's still looking pretty good. I mean, the old upholstery obviously is brittle and worn. It'll have to be replaced one of these days, but it'll be a later project whenever I get this thing running. Just to show you where this piece is going to go, this sail panel is going right on the corner right here, and in this part right back behind the back door jamb. And there's the wheel well right there, and I'm just picking up 2 holes, the top 2 holes, and I'm going to catch the top 2 holes on the top of that trim too. And one thing I noticed also is that I didn't put that Bondo inside the holes. I think I want to add that before I sand it all down, before I vinyl wrap it. It'll help strengthen it up quite a bit. Alright, bye. So I just put it on. It's got some edges going over it, but what you do is you set it down. I put in like 3 pieces. 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just overlap it. And you can't play with it too much, because then you start pulling off strands of the fiberglass. So you just put it on it, and once it starts going down, just don't touch it too much more, because the more you mess with it, the more it'll start pulling up the strands, and then it'll make a fuzz ball, and where you work it too much. And it'll be all right once it dries, but you have to sand it down, and you're losing some strength there. I'm not a fiberglass expert, but I've done it enough times. All right, bye. Well, I'm continuing on with this one sail panel. I've added that other layer, like I was mentioning before, and add some filler on the back side of those 2 clips. And the goal is to I got one hole drilled. I was going to use one of those rib nuts on the plastic trim piece inside, which I added a piece, which it takes 10/32 size bolts, but there wasn't enough gap in there, so I'm gonna it's funny how things work out. I'll have to end up using a self tapper on that thing, but I'm about ready to use some spray adhesive, which is, I'm using this stuff, this Gorilla spray adhesive on that panel on the back of the material, and continue on. All right, wish me luck. All right, bye. Okay, here's the lower rear sail panel on the driver's side. So I just have to repeat the process, spray some adhesive on it, and one thing that you have to have, I was thinking there's scissors, to trim it on the corners, but it's better to have a sharp razor blade. So you can cut through both layers. It makes trimming a lot easier. Okay, here's the final install. The little 2 springs, I don't know, they didn't clip all the way in. So after all that effort, I ended up having to use some screws anyway. So I put 1 right there in the middle, and then 2 through those rib nuts. Those rib nuts acted like spacers in the trim. So I got 1 in the middle and 1 in the back. That's the way it goes, and then it's on. So that's what counts. I'm sitting on behind the rear seat, very uncomfortable. All right, bye.